Hi, my name is Yabo Obien. As a voiceover actor, I get questions on my approach to voiceovers and why my booking sessions is better than average. Well, I wish I was batting 100% rather than the 20 to 30% average that I get when I really prepare. And that's the key word, preparation. One of my mentors is the voice of PBS, Will Lyman, better known for his commercials for Dos Equis, the most interesting man in the world. A classically trained Shakespearean actor and musician, a man after my own heart, who I communicate with regarding voiceovers. He told me that we're all governed by the words on the page, quote unquote, interpreters of the script. With that in mind, I took a more traditional approach to studying a script before just throwing myself into it at first sight. There are those who are inhibited by studying, saying that they lose the spontaneity of the moment when they rehearse the copy. And of those, some of them are just trying to take a chance and see if they can make a quick buck. That approach can happen, which is why I have the recorder running all the time, even in rehearsal, just in case something like that would happen. Of course, there is no one way to approach a script. Coming at it cold has its place, though the far majority of the things I book took time to analyze, to find out what the writers were trying to say, then deciding on the best way to say it. There's a lot of freedom in that. Some, like Christopher Walken, ask that the punctuation be removed from a script. The results being, of course, his unique way of saying things, his unique personality coming through even more. Again, there is no one way to approach a script. My approach comes from my speech forensics coach in high school, who told me to read with understanding and meaning, separating the thoughts, and then as an actor making it sound fresh and spontaneous, especially after a lot of rehearsal. I mark a script in such a way that I can remember how I did something and repeat it. Acting is what we do, not merely being an announcer or a DJ from the 70s. That type of mindset will never get the gig. So today I'm going to show you quickly the tools that I use to edit and format the original script that the client gives me into a format that I visually can respond to and perform to. At first, it may seem like a lot of steps, but I incorporate automated one-key scripts that do all the work for me. It took a little time to learn. No one wants to give you their secrets, including me. But this is available to everyone, and you have to customize the approach to your way of working. To program the scripts and macros took time to figure out on my own. No one was going to do it for me the way that I wanted to work, and as a matter of expense. But now the process runs so quick and easy, and I have great confidence in what I send out, and it shows in a high callback rate. If I audition for 10 jobs, I usually get called back for 5 to 7 of those jobs, and then I usually land 2 to 3 when I prepare and spend the time. For the majority of the auditions and jobs, I have the attitude that what I send out is mastered and usable immediately by the client. There are a few exceptions, but that's my process and mindset. Instead of trying to break everything down one by one, I will let you see my process in action as I do it. And then when more time permits, in a future video, I'll go slowly through the process and use of the apps. For now, I'll think aloud as I actually prepare and format a script for performance. Hi, so here we are. I'm on my iMac, and what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to grab something from Voice 123 and format it for my purposes. So let's see what I use. This little tool down here is called Launch Bar. And that's how I invoke my applications. I'm going to look for, let's try this, Voice 123.com. And there we are. This is in my account. And it goes right to my invitations to submit an audition for anything that's in green here. And I have several pages of those. So let's look at this PGA Championship win. It was 50 minutes ago, posted, and it pays $400. And I got 1 day remaining on it. There's 23 people who have submitted things, and they're looking for 50 proposals. That's a pretty high number, 23. I try to get in between 1 to 10. Now here's one for $300. Here's they're looking for 20 proposals total. This one you have a lot of competition. I don't want a lot of competition. Here's another one. 700 to 800 word voiceovers needed. that pays $100. Not enough. So let's look at this one. $300. 1 day remaining, and that was submitted 1 hour ago. I'll click on it. And here we see a summary of what the project is about, giving the status. They're still inviting. I got 1 day remaining. This is the client. I'm going to look at the script. Here's the script down in here, this area. See this here? Script for custom audition. I'm going to view more of it. That's all they want. It gives you instructions down here. ITEP is pronounced ITEP. And first, when I'm looking at it, I see that right here, the word Louisiana could be Louisiana or Louisiana. So the first thing, and I don't want to call them, I'll just maybe do 2 takes on it with different pronunciations of the word Louisiana, because I know that a native might say Louisiana. Let's see what else this is asking for. This is going to be played on the web and social media, animation. So all of that's in there. Now I want to grab this script text, because that's what I'm going to read. A lot of people just, and I might even, because it's so short, you can just read it from here and record it. But I like to, if it was longer, or if I didn't know what the meaning of it, I just go ahead and copy that text. Copy. And then I open a program called Text Soap, using Launch Bar again. I open that up, and there it is. You're seeing the text that I just copied, and these are macros. You can program this to present this text in any format you want. And I called it voiceover scripting. And when I hit this one shot, boom, there it is. Now it's totally different. I can look at that. I can see maybe at the end of this phrase, or at the end of each thought, I can either take a breath or pause or whatever. And then I'll look it over. Plus, I wanted to make it look a little. Sorry about that. Hold on, let me call you back. Sorry about that. It's my wife calling. I got to call her back real quick. So that's kind of funny, huh? Anyway, so you go in there and you look at it, and it's short enough so that you can go ahead and make sure that you're going to read it the right way. Fact: Louisiana's tax burden is unique compared to the rest of the country. So I might say that as one phrase. And then I'd hit a return here. From 2016 to 2017. See, I programmed it to do a carriage return whenever it comes on the word to. That's just the way I set it up. From 2016 to 2017, comma. Next thought. We ranked first in the nation for year-to-year increase. And I'd probably, just as a thought, and read it that way, in the corporate tax rate. The truth is, comma, we have a complicated and unpredictable tax structure. I think that's a phrase. I'll look at it that way, in which drives away Louisiana's future business opportunities. ITEP makes it easier for businesses. I would do that, to choose Louisiana by reducing the cost of doing business here. And this all was given me then. There you go. That's pretty simple, right? Select it all, copy it. Now, if I wanted to really make it look good in a script form, I'd open Microsoft Word. Takes a little time to do that. And then I'd open a blank document. And I'd actually paste it into Microsoft Word, where I can put it on my screen. I paste it. There it is. Now, this is not quite exactly how I just edited it in Text Soap. So, and because the words are so big, my eyesight, you get older, what happens? So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to change the orientation of the page. And you can see it that way. Fact: Louisiana's tax burden is unique compared to the rest of the country. From 2016 to 2017, we ranked first in the nation for year-to-year increase in the corporate tax rate. So you see, I'm reading it with a little more meaning than the original text would show. Let's go back to the original text, and I'll type that in. Here it is right here. This is the original formatted text. I'll bring that back into Microsoft Word, and what it used to looked like this. Oops. Sorry. Let me go back in there and get that. Where'd it go? Here it is. Copy. Go back into Word. And what it looked like was like that. So from this, the way it looked like, and then the new formatting, that's much easier to read in one take than this. Because you don't know where you're going to take a breath. You have to study it a little bit. But how long did that take me to do that? So if I was going to read this bottom portion the first time cold, it might sound like this. Louisiana's tax burden is unique compared to the rest of the country. From 2016 to 2017, we ranked first in the nation for year-to-year increase in the corporate tax rate. The truth is, we have a complicated and unpredictable tax structure which drives away Louisiana's future business opportunities. ITAP makes it easier for businesses to choose Louisiana by reducing the cost of doing business here. I'm running out of breath already. This, I could still read it that fast and take some pauses where a line feed occurred. So let's try it here. First shot after I format it. Fact: Louisiana's tax burden is unique compared to the rest of the country. So I might even want to go there and bold it. Now see, I'm starting to lose some of those. I'm going to make the font a little smaller because it starts to do the, what do you call it? It changes the formatting. There you go. Let's try it again. Let's look for the bolded words. We ranked first in the nation for year-to-year increase in the corporate tax. We ranked first. I'll bold that. The truth is, we have a complicated and unpredictable tax structure. Complicated and unpredictable. I'll make that. Now, these are markings that I use. When I do it this way, it shows that I could say that as really as one word, which drives away Louisiana's future business opportunities. ITAP. Now, you want to make that. That's what you're selling. ITAP makes it easier. I'll bold that. And maybe even italics. For businesses to choose Louisiana by reducing the cost of doing, that's an important word for me. It took a little time to do that, but it reads better than if you just see this. Yeah, let's try it one more time. Take 3. Fact: Louisiana's tax burden is unique compared to the rest of the country. From 2016 to 2017, we ranked first in the nation for year-to-year increase in the corporate tax rate. The truth is, we have a complicated and unpredictable tax structure which drives away Louisiana's future business opportunities. ITAP makes it easier for businesses to choose Louisiana by reducing the cost of doing business here. So, I might have to rehearse that so it sounds a little more natural as opposed to an announcer. But that's the first step. And then you go back in, you record it, and we'll get into that. But that's just formatting the script. Now you take a longer script, and the macros that I use in this program, Text Soap, are really wonderful. Let's just do this. I'm gonna undo everything and copy that. Select all. I'm just doing this to see how quickly you can format large pieces of text by using this macro. I'll say select all. Boom. See, that's a lot easier to read as a script for a first take. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll continue and I'll show you next time the programs I use and how to program some of those macros. All right. Thanks.